performance against the Korean and a commanding victory over Ruslan Karaya. But now we join the act with John Smith from the United States. As you saw, one of 10 children. His brother, Leroy Smith, the national team coach. He's on the sidelines with Joe Steve as the Goodwill Games coach, taking on Stefan Sarkissian, who lost to John Smith in the gold medal match the Seoul Olympics 1988. But he came back to defeat John Smith in the '89 World Cup by the score of 2-1. Two rivals, the two best in the world.
Stefan Sarkissian is a great wrestler. There's John Smith's father. He follows him everywhere in wrestling. There's his brother Leroy, who's the national team coach.
And right now, 30 seconds gone in the match. No score so far. The pressure is on Sarkissian as far as the team competition. But pressure, of course, on John Smith being the 3-time reigning world champion. First got his competition internationally with a victory in the '86 Goodwill Games when he was still competing for Oklahoma State.
Sarkissian is a tough wrestler for John Smith to compete against. He's about as good as Soviet, and that's why they bring him over here against him. He is so strong and powerful, and he's hard to penetrate him. John Smith has a very low attack. He goes down almost to his knees and penetrates under, and Sarkissian is strong enough to stop it. Most of the Soviets cannot prevent it.
A very unique style by John Smith. Many times he'll go to both knees, try to attack from the lower position. He's down on one. Sarkissian's seen many films. He's also wrestled. He knows what's coming. But can he stop it? There he counters by going to his knees himself.
Now, John Smith is versatile enough that he'll shift off to a different attack. As he starts to wear him down, heavily muscled as Sarkissian is, he has a tendency to get a little tired later in the match. John Smith's conditioning is one of the best things about him.
3 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Well, they just cautioned John Smith. He's got his head down and blocking a little bit. He hasn't really opened it up, but he doesn't want to make a mistake against the wrestler the caliber of Sarkissian and go 2 or 3 points down. He's got to make sure that the move is really there.
Caution against each of them. John Smith won 90 consecutive matches at Oklahoma State University. His younger brother Pat was an NCAA champion as a freshman this year. The first American to win 3 consecutive world titles. But he's taking on a tough competitor right here in Stefan Sarkissian.
Oh, great counter move there.
No scoring by either.
That was great wrestling action. Shot there and the counter.
We're now at the halfway mark. His brother, Leroy Smith, shouting instructions. Down to both knees. Tries again. Now Sarkissian. A great counter move again by Smith, backing out.
Sarkissian has great shots, but he's wrestling a real strategic match here. He knows that John is a great conditioned athlete, and he's kind of blocking off the shots, letting John Smith start to force some of them. It's a real good strategy. I don't know if it'll work for him. If John can adapt and adjust and put enough pressure on to make the difference. It's going to be close.
We now have 2 minutes to go in the match. No score. John Smith against Stefan Sarkissian. 2 cautions now against Sarkissian. 3 and you're out of the match. It's intended to be non-stop action, and it is.
Sarkissian has slowed the tempo down of this match. He's making John Smith wrestle his match right now. He's forcing John to take shots. He's blocking away. He isn't really going after aggressive style of wrestling at all. And I don't think the officials will let him get away with it. There's no score. There's a minute and a half to go, and he already has 2 cautions. They'll throw him right out of the match.
But if there is a way to wrestle John Smith, this is it. There he gets the leg. But again, Sarkissian backs away, trying to get out of it. John Smith, powerful, trying to get him. Wraps him around. Now puts him down.
No
trying
control
to roll
yet.
him over. If he can roll him over onto his back to get the points or get the other elbow down.
He's got to free that leg. The arm's got to clear there before they'll give the takedown point. Sarkissian trying to switch to maintain control, come around and not let John Smith have it. They'll give it soon. There it is.
1 point for John Smith, the first point of the match. We have 55 seconds to go. Smith trying to roll him over on the back to get 2 more for the exposure.
Have to break the 90 degree. He should get 1 there. So he can make that back face to back.
Now he gets out of it.
They only give him about 15 seconds to really start to do something. If they're in the middle of some sort of a turn, they'll let it go.
There he's got the leg lace. There rolls him over for 2 points. John Smith, only a matter of time, got into that leg lace, rolled him over. The back exposure, 2 points. He's now up 3-0. And we have 12 seconds to go in the match. John Smith scoring in the final minute.
Sarkissian was up, as he came up off the mat, he was very upset because he's mad because they left him down so long. He spent a lot more time down there than his usual in international wrestling. It's no excuse for getting turned, but he probably should have been back on his feet. 1 takedown.
A point for Stefan Sarkissian. But there's only 1 second left in the match. That point is important for team scoring. He avoids the shutout. And there it is, John Smith. Just as we saw in 1988, found to take out the